Yo guys, I'm still Yellow, and today I figured that we should talk about a topic that is going to seem pretty basic, but if we respect the topic, we can get somewhere. It's gonna be about taking things seriously. Quickly about these two gameplays, of course. First one is an Overwatch game where I hit some pretty good old crazy shots. The last gameplay is some Overwatch case I figured I should use just to entertain people. Absolutely horrible cheater. He's probably legit though, but you'll see. So yeah, as for the main topic here, to take things seriously is going to be long term in everybody's life, and regardless of what you want to do, especially mastery related things like esport, but also a craft or a place you want to get to in life, is going to be an important thing to understand exist. Just the fact that you need to and you can take something seriously. Because if you don't, well, you will reap the awful benefits of getting nowhere and getting nothing. And you also get to not even get the chance to get something, but that's not the point. I'm getting ahead of myself, okay? So it's all about committing to the cause that you believe in or that you understand or enjoy, for example, or the path that you want to take on. It's easier said than done, of course, but that is like life in general. So it's always going to be important then to just be honest with yourself and tell you that, you know what, I really want to get to Mount Everest, or I want to get insanely good at the esport I enjoy, and so I'm going to practice more, and I'm going to sit down, and I'm going to be very meticulous about what I do, and I'm going to practice, and all that sort of stuff. But in order to do that, you need to get some sort of overhead. You need to figure out the lay of the land, because if not, well, you're going to get screwed, because that's basically the world we live in, right? So, yeah. By the way, if you hear some noise in the background, that's probably my new 3D printer. It's like an Ender 3D2 type thing. It's pretty cool. But anyways, I'm just getting distracted by the noise. So yeah, if you truly want to get somewhere, you need to know the lay of the land. To do that, you need to get information. So learning how to learn or learning how to get information is going to be super crucial to a lot of people. It's easier said than done, and it's also very different from just going to school. What I would thoroughly recommend is for people to try and learn advanced search on websites. Let's say Google, for example, or maybe DuckDuckGo or any other sites that let you search up information. For that matter, you can also, if you are clever or smart or you know a side thing that is important, you can also use YouTube, but in recent years, ever since like 2016 or 17, both Google and YouTube have gotten extremely bad at presenting accurate or relevant information or information that is important. And that is a very big hindrance. But that's why I'm mentioning it right now, because it means that when you know that, you can sift through all the crap so you can get to some of the better, more accurate, more relevant, or the good stuff, which is not easy. It's easier said than done, but it's kind of sort of just more difficult than what it used to be a couple of years ago. I came to learn this when I looked up my video where I talked about how to overclock your monitor, for example. I had the most popular video about that topic on Earth for many years. But because of how the algorithm is absolutely down to its core of what it has been designed to be, it's a very childish thing. Now, my video is nowhere to be seen at the very top, even though it for years on that topic was the video, the only video, and the most important one. But instead, people have ripped it off, they've copied it, they've even stolen my thumbnail to some degree, but I really don't care because it's old, even though it's accurate. And so it's very much not relevant anyways, but the topic is, on its own, actually super uninteresting and super irrelevant, as we now get to the good stuff, the very legit gameplay. This guy is really good. I mean, ah man, I wish I was this good. But anyways, yeah, horrible, yeah. So, knowing that sort of stuff, it's going to get easier for you to search up information. But let's say you're on Norwegian, for example. Now you want to dive into synonyms, because some words might not be accurate for what you're looking at or looking for. But that is why just learning the syntaxes in the context of what to search, and so that you can get more information about your topic, or maybe you can find a tutorial or a guide, or you can find an example of what you want to do or where you want to go. Now it's a lot easier to take the journey towards what you want seriously, and thus taking yourself seriously and what you want seriously, because yeah, it's a lot more, it's more transparent, the path to get there. So now, lastly, it's about being able to commit. No excuses, because if you make excuses, you're going to suffer and it's going to be worse. Sometimes try and sacrifice some sleep maybe to get that get towards that goal, but a lot of times try and commit to sleep. Of course, we need that, or else humanity would be erased from existence. Aside from that, try and make some sort of stable pattern type schedule for yourself. It doesn't need to be 100% solid. That is something that I've come to learn with myself. I tend to get a little too extremely smart about the things that I care about, so I sink a lot of time into them. It's probably very normal for most people who enjoy something, right? It makes a lot of sense anyways. But past that, we get to a point where you need to not give up or not stop keeping on going. A good example I got of this was when I got into Counter-Strike early on. I played every single day for about like 12 to 16 hours every single day. And I was eating between games, between rounds and all that sort of stuff. And to some degree, my brain wanted to pretend the game was a little bit in reality. I'm not going to lie here. Like, it got to that point, but of course, I'm so aware. I was like, that is absolutely insane that your brain can get that into the game, even though I wasn't. It happened only for like 3-4 days, but the fact that you can like practice something to that degree because you have the time and the resources, that is insane. But that showcases how you can fast track yourself to a goal because you do got the time and you do commit. Because again, if you don't commit, things aren't going to go in the direction that you want to. But you need to understand that, and this happened when I got to a point where I was really, really, really good, but all of the practice I had to do was extremely hard, or it was knowledge-based, or it was teamwork-based, so it was going to be difficult to do what I wanted to, because my teammates were ass. So, I mean, you tend to get screwed like that, right? Now the difficult situation got different, because I had to look into other avenues. But I did that, and so things moved forward still. Yeah. That is just one of the many paths that I've taken, and it demonstrates that even if you tend to slow down, as long as you do focus on all of the weakness points, you're still going to be able to get pretty damn far, or further, every single day, every single time. It doesn't matter if you want to take some sort of education, you want to get better at an esport, you want to master yourself, it doesn't really matter. Fact is that you need to commit. If you can do that, if you can take yourself seriously, if you can respect yourself enough to go down that sort of avenue, path, so you can reach those places and spots that you want to reach, it goes without saying that you will be able to get further and you will be able to get there. It demands a lot of determination to some degree, but again, that is going to be different from person to person and what you truly want. Some people also, by the way, just want to take the easy, lazy route, but believe me, it's mostly, if never, really worth it. Also because, let's say that you're trying to do something like, let's say you're doing bodybuilding and you're doing like some sort of steroids type stuff. Of course, that is not going to last. It won't be permanent, and it's going to have a lot of side effects that will be extremely bad. Which means also that it's going to stagnate you in other ways, because now you have less discipline. And discipline is going to be extremely important if you want to keep on getting better at other things. You see, that is one of the secret things about this entire topic I'm talking about right now. If you can commit to something like this, you can learn the process of commitment on its own. Therefore, you take yourself more seriously, you take the topic more seriously, and you get good at that process, which means that you can duplicate it onto other things later in life that are going to make your life even better in other ways. I've noticed this myself with, for example, training when I was really young, weightlifting and all that sort of stuff. It was actually extremely annoying to me, and I didn't like it. I more or less hated it. It wasn't interesting to me. I didn't care at all. But nowadays, it's literally like it's kind of fun. I don't like it. It's a non-factor. It's just nice, I guess, and it makes work better and all that sort of stuff. It makes life easier to live in general in smaller, very interesting, peculiar ways. So it's weird to explain, but in general, the gist of what I'm trying to say here is that the core of being able to take yourself and things more seriously, it have a lot of hidden aspects to itself that all are going to be super crucial for a person when they are going to move through life and things that they want to accomplish, do, or get better at. So you better start getting serious with yourself, because nobody else are going to do that for you. That's just one of the hard truths of reality. But again, I'm taking myself seriously, so why shouldn't you, right? I don't think there's too much more to say on the topic, but if you have some comments about this sort of stuff, it would be interesting to read it. Maybe you have taken some paths that are either similar, or maybe you know somebody. Would be cool to read. Yeah, that's really about it for this video. Thanks for watching. Here are 2 related videos if you're interested. Support the channel by leaving a comment that apparently hacks the algorithm, so that would be pretty sick, pretty cool. You can be a dank hacker by leaving a comment, yeah. Have a nice day. I believe in you, and I'll see you guys next time.